time when I could have just hopped up there. So thank you all for being here, and thank you for standing and being a visible presence of our church's commitment to just and fair immigration, to laws that do not penalize people, that tear families apart. I'll tell you one story that you may not be aware of that's just been developing recently. One of our congregations in the south part of the valley had, as a part of its use for the community, a Head Start program. And a substantial part of the church's income to help that church keep going on Sundays and at other times was from that Head Start program. After the election of President Trump and the declarations that he's made about taking away the protections of DACA and taking away the rights of dreamers and families that can be literally picked up at any time by ICE, parents started keeping their children away from the Head Start. So many of them, in fact, that the Head Start finally had to close, which now means that the congregation is closing because it can no longer sustain its ministry. Now, it's not about the congregation, it's about those dozens of families that were blessed to have an opportunity for their children to get an early start in their education, to have an opportunity to continue their education, and to have a chance at the life that the Dreamers and the DACA program is all about. And it's amazing to me that we have this opportunity now to stand together and to say, no, we're not going to endorse someone taking away the rights of these folks. We're going to stand with them. And as a synod, our Sierra Pacific Synod last year in Assembly voted to become a sanctuary synod, much like California has become a sanctuary state. This gives congregations an opportunity to take a variety of actions. They can literally, if they choose to do so, offer sanctuary, use their buildings to offer sanctuary to those who are fearing arrest and deportation. They can stand with those who are trying to recover their hopes for being dreamers and for the DACA program. They can stand with those immigrants who are currently waiting for immigration court. They can stand with unaccompanied minors who are waiting for their chance to have their case heard. This is about an opportunity for us to, on this day where we commemorate 500 years of Lutheran Christianity, to realize that in this country we are an immigrant church. Almost all of our forebears came here, or the church was founded by those who came here from Europe to establish a place for their families to grow. And why wouldn't we want to extend that same hope and same privilege to those who are coming now? So again, I thank you for being here. I thank you for the opportunity for those who are going to witness next about the very personal impact this is having on their lives. These are stories that we need to hear. These are stories that we need to share. This is a witness that we need to offer. And again, blessings to all of us as we discern God's Spirit and God's wise guiding and leading as we live into the goal and the hope of being a sanctuary synod. Thank you very much.
I just want to say thank you. I'm here to stand against hate. Yes. So I'm here to support my people. I'm here to support whoever comes from any part of the world who's immigrant, who came illegally here. I just want to say thank you to everybody. Last week, someone told me that I was a communist because the way they speak, because we help the poor. If Jesus was helping the poor, he was a communist, I'm okay, I can be a communist.
Yes.
So I just want to say thank you, and it's really hard for us being here, but I just want to say thank you to each of you for supporting us, because from my heart and from my Latino congregations and Mary and Martha, we just say thank you. Gracias, gracias, gracias.
I came here with my family when I was 4 years old. I was new to this, and I didn't know I wasn't legally here until one day I went for a job interview, and I went through the whole process and they denied me, and I didn't even know why. I wanted to go to City College and I had to pay full price, and I also did not know why, and it was because I was not legal as well. So when in 2012 the whole DACA thing happened, I started crying. It was unbelievable. I finally saw an opportunity. I couldn't go to UC Riverside for the same reason.
We're gathered in front of this amazing sanctuary, right? We're in a sanctuary city, a sanctuary state. Many of our congregations have declared themselves to be sanctuaries, refuges for people who are at risk of some level of aggression, some level of violence. We stand in solidarity. We do what church people in sanctuaries have always done, right? Proclaimed God's refuge, proclaimed our hearts are open, our hearts are connected, our hearts are in solidarity with all those who are at risk of any level of aggression, any level of violence. In our state, which has just recently declared itself sanctuary, there's a little trepidation over using that word, right? Our leaders want to call it a welcoming state, right? Because sanctuary is a little too much. We stand to say use sanctuary. We know what this means. We stand week after week in places of refuge. Week after week, we fall on our knees to protest governmental aggression. Week after week, we declare ourselves in league with, in solidarity with those most at risk. We urge people to claim sanctuary, to flee from aggression and violence, to find safety, and to live together as we create, in a new way, beloved community with one another. Thank you for being
Thank you so much for really, truly coming out and saying how you feel in your journey. We are a church, St. Mary and Martha, of immigrants from Guatemala, Honduras, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Mexico. And we're just really proud, even though we feel like little babies in the sanctuary movement. We are a sanctuary church now. And what makes it so beautiful is because we also have people in our congregation who also fear of being deported, if you know what I mean. And so it's a unique congregation because we're out here saying we're going to support all of our brothers and sisters from all over the world who are here legally or not legally. Our hearts are open, our doors are open, and at the core of our Christian values, besides love, and we're all made out of love, and God is love, is being welcoming to all people. And we just believe that there is no place for hatred. There is no place for saying you don't belong here. The value and the dignity of human life should be upheld every single moment of each of our lives, whether we're at church or whether we're here on holy ground. Everywhere we are is holy ground. And I just pray that we can come all together seriously. And I don't have the answer for immigration reform, but I do know that what the Trump administration is doing is not upholding human life and our Christian values. So I thank each one of you and all of the churches that are represented here in the congregations for supporting us, the immigrant. We have a new family at the church, and they're a transgender family, and we're going to baptize their baby next weekend. And he was telling me, his name is Danny, he was saying that when he was coming from Guatemala through Mexico, and he just couldn't believe walking through the desert at night over bones of cadavers of our brothers and sisters who have died trying to seek a better life in this country. I believe that if they were okay, if our people from Mexico, I'm from Mexico City originally, if they could make a living, they would stay, believe me. Nobody likes to be a second-class citizen or a minority or considered, I don't know, almost treated like garbage sometimes. And being blamed for taking the jobs of Americans when no one else wants to work the fields of this land. So I think we have a long road ahead of us, but I believe that if our hearts are united in love and in the belief of human dignity. And if we follow Jesus' footsteps, he went to where the people were, and he loved, most of all, the vulnerable. We're all vulnerable, I believe, and we're all immigrants here. Thank you.